Sally, schools that are in hybrid can begin workouts next week on February 22nd. What about schools that are not in hybrid yet?
The schools that are not in hybrid can continue to work out, but they must maintain their 4-to-1 pods. A lot of people have been asking, can those pods increase? At this time, we have not received word. So we are in the 4-to-1 pods, and those that are remote learning can work out throughout the whole entire process until they do get into hybrid.
Has there been any change to the mask mandate? Are they still required? Are neck gaiters allowed?
At this time, masks are still required, and we need to get in our head that that is how it's going to be throughout the rest of the school year. It is mask wearing. We cannot have gaiters. That is not only a governor's public health order, but it also is from the National Federation. Gaiters can cause injury if you pull them from behind. So no gaiters. The mask must be cloth. They cannot be mesh, and they cannot have filters. So we just need to continue to get in our head that it is mask wearing throughout the whole entire year.
Can teams use locker rooms?
Yes, that has been opened up. So because of school reentry, locker rooms are available. However, it's not the same use as locker rooms before. It is for individualized changing of clothes, no showers. You can put the equipment in there, but it has to be sanitized. And the athletic directors and the coaches will have a minimal amount of kids in there at one time. So get with the athletic directors and the coaches. You'll probably have one way in, one way out, and it's just going to be very simple. If you do not have to use the locker room, please stay away from the lockers.
When is the first day of competition for fall sports?
Fall sports, so we have different start dates. So we have football and volleyball and cross country, and their first day of practice is February 22nd. Their first competition for volleyball and cross country is February 27th. However, with football, because we need a 2-week preparation, their first game is going to be on March 6th. Now, soccer is going to start on March 1st for practice, and their first competition will be March 6th. Now, when I say competitions, those are for those that are in the hybrid setting. They have been approved, and once they get in a hybrid, there's a 2-week window there. And when I say 2 weeks, I'm talking 14 days, a window where they cannot have competition. So, for example, if somebody does not get into hybrid till February 22nd, they cannot start competition till March 8th.
How many games will they be playing in the fall?
For soccer, there will be 10 as far as the game limitation, and that's prior to the last week of the season where we're hoping to maybe have a small postseason. For volleyball, 12 matches, and again, that's prior to the last week of the season. For cross country, they will have 3 cross country meets, then district and the state competition. So that's 5 actual cross country meets. And for football, we're anticipating 4 games. And then the last week we'll have a one type of bowl scenario, hoping to get 1 versus 2, but we will get that information out at a later date.
We talk about a condensed season because of the shorter calendar. I know we are a long way off, but spring sports missed their entire season last year. Do you see spring sports being in jeopardy this year at all, or having a shortened season?
You say spring sports in jeopardy. I am hoping not. And when I say that is we have been given a start date and a beginning. It's how we finish. And so we need to think about that spring sport athletes, and we need to do what's right now so those spring sports can have a good 3-month season. They missed their season last year. So that has been my goal, not only to play all sports, but to preserve and make sure that spring sports have their due and have a good, solid season.
Lastly, we have that start date, like you mentioned, February 22nd. Is there anything that can shut down athletics between now and then?
Like I just said in the last question, we have a start date, and now our goal is to finish. And what is it going to take to go from the starting line to the finish line? Just like in a cross-country race from the beginning, it's going to take us to do everything correctly within the governor's public health orders, all the COVID guidelines that we have put forth, everything that athletic directors are doing at the schools to make sure everybody is safe. And it's going to take all of us to work together, not only at school and at the competitions, but at home as well, and in the community. We need to mask wear. We need to social distance. Just because we're starting right now does not mean we let our guard down. We have to continue to do everything correctly and keep those case counts down. So what's it going to do to stop us is if we do not do it correctly and our case counts rise. So let's work together, because right now I'm confident we're 1 week away and we are going to play sports again, New Mexico, and now we need to finish.